There's my audience.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the plane crash in Bagram in 2013, the 747 crash? If you have, that was because the cargo was not restrained down properly, but the same can be said for center of balance. Hi, my name is Staff Sergeant James DeCoster, and today I'll be teaching you how to calculate center of balance on a baggage conveyor. The first thing you need to do is gather your supplies. To get the center of balance, you're going to need a tape measure, duct tape, a calculator or a phone, and permanent markers. The next step is going to be measuring the vehicle or piece of equipment or pallet that you're trying to get center of balance on. So can I get a volunteer to help out? So you're going to first start measuring from the very front of the vehicle or equipment. So we'll get that right here, go to the very front edge. And what we're doing is we're measuring the axles on this vehicle. All right, so we're going to go to the axle of the vehicle, and we're going to stand in front of it and try to figure out exactly what measurement or inches. So for this one's 92 inches, and for this axle, it's 202 inches. From there, you are going to use the calculation weight 1 times distance 1 plus weight 2 times distance 2 over the gross vehicle weight. So in order to get the gross vehicle weight, we will need to obviously measure it. Now for time's sake, or to weigh it. For time's sake, we have already weighed this vehicle, and we have this axle of the vehicle weighs 3,980 pounds, and the second one is 3,180 pounds. So with that information, we can go and plug in the weights and the distances that we just found. So according to U.S. Transcom Defense Travel Regulation 4500.9-R Part 3, Appendix P from June 2016, the CB, or center of balance of cargo, must be determined to accurately compute the weight and balance condition of a loaded aircraft. All right, so we're going to start plugging some numbers in here. We've got the weight of axle 1 is going to be that 3,980. And then we're going to multiply that by the 92 inches that we determined. And then we're going to add that to the second axle, which is 3,180 times 202 inches over the gross vehicle weight. So we're going to take 3,980 plus 3,180, and we're going to add those together to get 7,160. All right, and so I'm going to use my calculator here to determine what it's going to be. And the center of balance is 141. So now we're going to go back and we're going to mark the vehicle. And to do that, we're going to need some duct tape. So we'll use the duct tape. We'll actually mark out the front axle and the rear axle, and then we'll put this T like you see right here. Now, to get a little bit a better close-up, I wrote it up here. Now, first, across the top, we need to write the gross vehicle weight, the center of balance, the direction of the front-facing edge, and then we'll be able to determine it. So, according to Air Force Instruction 24605, Volume 2, from July 2020, the vertical stroke of the T marking will show the CB in inches from forward front end, and then the horizontal that you see here is the horizontal stroke of the T marking will show the total gross weight. So we know here for the marking that's going to be 7,160. We already determined that the CB was 141. Oh gosh. And then we know that this was the front facing edge, so we draw the arrow to that. So hopefully this helps you determine what the center of balance is for rolling stock pieces of equipment. Are there any questions?
Yes, I have a question. What if a vehicle has more than just 2 axles?
So if it's like a semi or something, you just take this formula that we have here and you can just keep adding it. So you can have weight 1, distance 1, weight 3, distance 3, weight 4, weight 5. You can keep going, all divided by the gross vehicle weight. Any other questions?
Can you use masking tape?
So the regulation states that it just has to be weather resistant. So as long as it's weather resistant, you can use whatever tape, but we definitely prefer the silver duct tape because it just works better and weather's the best. Any other questions?
Yes, how does it work on pieces that are not rolling stock?
So you can still do center of balance on things besides rolling stock or vehicles. The calculations are essentially going to be the same, but you can do it if you had like a pallet built up with multiple boxes. You can still do center of balance on that, but it really comes down to the weight and dimensions of it. So if it's 10,000 pounds or more, it's going to require center of balance, and if it's over 10 feet, it's going to require center of balance.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? All right, cool, thank you.